So Microsoft just raised prices on everything related to Xbox, meaning Microsoft's first-party Xbox games are going to be going to $80. Then you got controllers, at least certain controllers are going to be getting a $10 increase. The consoles, which is the worst part of it, they're going to be going up, and as well as possibly services and whatnot. So we're going to show you the announcement that Microsoft made of Xbox controllers, games, and consoles, and you're about to be, it's probably going to make you just want to beat up something, because this is insane. So this comes from Kotaku, and it says Microsoft announces massive Xbox console price hike, Xbox games to cost $80 freaking dollars. So, the only company that has not yet announced game prices going up is, well, the only company that you would have thought of that would have, started all first. Yeah, Sony has not. And they made an announcement just recently that they're keeping their games at $70. At least that's just for right now. But that can change in another 3 however many months, really soon that could happen. So, if this is going to happen, you can almost guarantee that Sony is going to do the same. But it continues on and says, Microsoft announced it will be raising prices of all Xbox consoles, accessories, and games, and the increases are huge. Console and peripheral prices will go up today, May 1st, which is Thursday, May 1st, 2025, by an enormous amount, while new first-party game prices will all hit $80 by the holidays this season. The cost of an Xbox Series S 512GB will change today from $29.99 to $379.99, a whopping 27% increase. Meanwhile, the Xbox Series X will lead from $499 to $599. So, the Xbox Series X, Microsoft's newest, most powerful console, is going up a whopping $100. And then it continues on and says, the more recent Series X 2TB Galaxy has shot up 21% to $730, making it more expensive than the more powerful PlayStation 5 Pro. So, when it comes to accessories, we're looking at a bog standard Xbox controller going up from $60 to $65. Well, that's not really all that bad, though. But the Series 2 Elite controller is going $20 up from $130 to $150. And then right here is the prices of the consoles and the controllers going up here in the United States. $379 for the Series S regular, and $429.99 for the 1TB Series S, which, if you think about it, that's almost also a whopping $100, because the Series S 1TB was essentially $350 if you wanted that extra space, and then the Series X just going up $100, and then the Series X with the 2TB going up almost $150. Yeah, this is just incredibly insane right now at this point. So, yeah, I can already almost guarantee you that it is not going to look good for Microsoft. Microsoft is absolutely going to be getting so much backlash. I can already tell it's right now happening. They're literally getting so much backlash for this, and I hope they do. I literally, truthfully hope that they honestly do. Because at the same freaking rate, it's just why is this console generation, why is this console generation so much different than all of the previous ones? Meaning the PlayStation 4, Xbox One generation, the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 generation, which you can see all the games that we got right there, all of our hard copy games 360, Xbox One, PS4, and then even the PlayStation 2 and the OG Xbox GameCube generation. Like, what in the world has happened with this console generation? Like, this is the most oddest, just stupidest console generation we've ever had. Because usually what happens is consoles usually go down over time. So, like, if you say, like, the Xbox 360, when it was out for, like, 2 or 3 years, it would eventually go down a whopping 50 or 100, maybe even $200 or whatever. And then the same thing happened with the PlayStation 4, Xbox One generation. Like, the Xbox One went down $100 after its first year being out on the market. And then when it turned 3 years old, those consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One S both went down to $300 from $400. So that was a $200 decrease after being 3 years out on the market. But with the Series X and the PlayStation 5, it's just like they're going the opposite direction. And then just now are just going to make it harder for people to even buy. And yeah, it's ridiculous to think about. So yeah, what the heck is going on? Like, this is the stupidest, weirdest generation of consoles ever, because everything usually goes down, but all of a sudden it's just like, oh nope, everything's got to go up. Yeah, so I don't know. But this is actually shocking news, because usually, like I mentioned early in the video, you would think Sony would be the first one to do this, but nope. Sony actually made the announcement just not that long ago that they're keeping their prices at $70, but that could still change in the upcoming months, though. If Sony sees Microsoft does good with their $80 purchases, or I should say $80 games, then they're going to be like, okay, well, we're going to jump on the bandwagon too. But as of right now, Sony confirmed just recent that they're keeping their games at $70 and all that stuff. And this is right after the whole disaster of the Nintendo Switch 2 with them announcing their game prices going up. So Sony came out and backfired on them. So just to think that Microsoft went ahead of Sony is, yeah, it's the most shocking thing like ever. Especially, it's just shocking. Literally, I just don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, Xbox consoles is probably the worst one out of all this. So you want a Series X 2 terabyte? Well, guess what? You're just better off to get the PS5 Pro, the more powerful console. Save yourself like $50 extra with tax and all that, and you get 2 terabytes just as well. Yeah, it may not have a disk drive like the Series X 2 terabyte has, but you can buy one later, and then it's going to cost you just as much as that black 2 terabyte Xbox Series X Galaxy Edition. But guess what? You're going to have more power and more games to play, especially with Microsoft releasing its games on PlayStation. So look at that. It's a win-win if you get the PS5 Pro over the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Edition. Even if you add a disk drive to it, it's going to almost cost about the same as that Xbox 2 terabyte will. And you're going to have more games, and you're going to have the most powerful console out there, while also having 2 terabytes of storage. So, in reality, if it was me now choosing between those two, I was thinking about the Series X 2 terabyte if I had to choose one between of them. Now, you can't. Now I'd pick the PS5 Pro. More power, similar price, get a disk drive that adds up to about the same price in terms of tax and everything. Yeah, you can just get the PlayStation 5 Pro, and there you go. So, yeah, this is ridiculous, and I honestly do hope Microsoft gets a lot of backlash for this, and I kind of have a good feeling that they are. So, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video. So, I hope you enjoy it. If you could, smack that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button. I know I just said that. Let us know in the comment section down below of your thoughts of Microsoft raising prices on all of its accessories, consoles, and games, and how ridiculous is it, especially with the console increases in prices. Let us know in the comment section down below of your thoughts of the Xbox console prices going up and how insane that they are. So, tech and gaming reviews, rate, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.